Hello, everybody. Hello, people on Periscope. Ginger Latte's in the house. Hey, it's good to see you, Ginger Latte. I haven't seen you in a long time. She's the coach of the month. Ginger is the coach of the month. How's it going? I had to sing that, sorry. Begin now. I got Sweet and Low in there. See you. Hey, how's it doing, gorgeous? Jay Beezy. Been stuck 30 years. You know what? Join the club. Everybody's been stuck. I got Tani. There are a lot of people in here I don't recognize either. So do me a huge favor as you pop in here. If you are new to my scopes, can you do me a favor and put a 1 in the chat box? I know Jay Beezy isn't. What's up? What's up? Oh, so Sandy, D Mungro. Good day. Good day. How's everybody doing? You're new to my scopes. Hey, Kim Hair. Good to see you in here. Kim Hair Care. I love that. Thank you, Ginger Latte. Ginger's off the charts. Always enjoy the scopes. Thank you so much, Jay Beezy. You know, Ginger is a friend. I met her at a conference. She's doing great things. She talks about, she has a site called Girls Just Want to Have Funds. So you can check that out. Girls Just Want to Have Funds. Funds. So it's about, women and money. And, she's a financial blogger. And she talks about your relationship with money and stuff like that. So you go check out her stuff. She's killing it. She's in the DMV area. She's killing it as well. So follow her. Everybody else in here, as I get to know you, when I see you jump in my scope, I'll start shouting you out too. I mean, that's what I do. I'm not trying to do anything special. So guys, do me a huge favor. Thanks for joining. Thanks for being here, Demon Grow. Do me a huge favor. Can you send this out to your friends and your followers? Just swipe up, share broadcast, share on Twitter. Let's get a bunch of people in here, and then I'm going to just launch to the scope because my phone is going to die in about 10 minutes or less. So my goal here is to, I want to be really clear before I go into explain who I am a bit. Before I tell everybody who I am, I want to make something really clear. Everything I tell you is things that I've lived, experienced, been through, been in the middle of, whatever. Because again, I'm not talking about things I've read. I'm not talking about things I've heard. I'm not talking about things I've seen. I'm talking about things that I've experienced myself. And then I want to share with you how you get in and out of things so that your life can be where you want it to be. And my name is Ebongeka. I'm a certified public accountant in the Washington, D.C. area. I'm also the author of a best-selling business book called Start Me Up, the No Business Plan, and I am the founder of Economics. It's a leadership development, corporate development, executive coaching, business, and when we work with companies and also government agencies to help train their people, train others to excel in their career, excel in their lives, and also excel entrepreneurially. So it's the same system. Whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you are you work at a career, there's a level of growth everybody wants, right? And when people get stuck, is because there's something they haven't really found the piece of the puzzle to. And so I talk about entrepreneurship, I talk about social and marketing, and I also talk about the importance of motivation and self-awareness and self-actualization. So all those three things are congruent, and they're things that we all have to deal with and have to focus on. Jamel J, good to see you. Thanks for being in here. Thank you for sharing it out. Thanks for joining, guys. And today I want to talk to you about it's supposed to be difficult. There are a lot of people, everybody goes through this. Everybody goes through difficulties. How many of you guys who are here right now have some difficulty you've gone through, or you're currently going through, or you're in the middle of, or trying to get out of, whatever? Put a 1 in the chat box. You can say yes, or put a 1 in the chat box. I want to make sure you guys can resonate and hear what I'm saying before I go into the message. There's no point in me just talking if it doesn't really resonate with y'all. Okay, cool. There are a lot of people also saying, everybody got their hands up. There are a lot of people who go through a lot of difficulties. This happens. And the thing I want to remind you, so before I go into it, I hear a lot, learning curves, exactly, God's girl, Monica. Good to meet you in here. The thing is this. I don't know how many of you guys have also said it to yourself, but I've said it myself years ago when I was younger, and I hear this from other people. Why is this, quote, why is this happening to me? Why can't it be like this? Why can't I get this, or why can't this good things happen to me? How come it's happening for that person and not me? I work hard. All those things that we're hearing, all those things that we're saying to ourselves. And what ends up happening is a very simple principle. We start telling ourselves a story as to why we can't be where we want to be. And it starts to justify, creates a justification as to why we're not there. Which is a very dangerous thing to do. But let me tell you something. It's supposed to be difficult. It's supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be a challenge. Every single thing I've accomplished in my life, and let me just give you a quick synopsis. I played college basketball. I played professional basketball for several years in Europe and got paid to play basketball. While people were playing in a park for free, I was getting a check every month to play basketball, right? And live in a different country and live a life that was amazing. And so all of those situations, they were never handed to me. No one ever handed me the keys to a Ferrari and said, go ahead and do what you want. I always had to grind. I always had to work. I always had to fight for what I wanted. And when it came to going to college and playing basketball, the level of commitment I had and the work I had to put into that was so hard. Despite being told by so many people that it was never come to pass, I still pushed through. It was one of the hardest experiences as a 17, 18-year-old kid. And I went through a very similar experience playing professional basketball. Exact same experience. I was told by professors, I was told by people that I went to school with, I was told by others that I don't bother trying to play basketball. Go get a job. Go interview. But you got to understand, that was one of the 3-4 months leading up to that point was one of the hardest things I had to go through, right? Despite being told no, despite taking a risk and burning the ships, as they say. Getting a book deal. People don't realize this. When I got a book deal, it wasn't as simple as me sending an email out to one person and then they said, hey, why don't you write this book for us? It wasn't like that at all. David's in the house. Please do me a follow David. He's killing it. He's an amazing scoper. I love this dude. He's always shouting people out. Always appreciative. Always he's phenomenal. So follow Dave Shrine. He's underneath right here. Amazing. Love his scopes. I try to watch him when I can, or I watch the replays. He's phenomenal. So, another dude I've met online. So I'm really happy to have been here. And so basically, when you're stuck, there are two things that are happening. I'm going to tell you two things that happen, and then I'm going to share with you the two things that you need to do in order to get out of it. So before that, getting the book deal was very difficult period. What people don't realize is this. I really reached out to over 250 different literary agents. 250 literary agents all said no to me, right? Except one. All I had to do was get one person to say yes. Now, the things that I've experienced after going through that was huge. Right? So what you don't understand was this. I no longer remember the 250 people who said no. All that matters is the one that said yes. And so there are a lot of people who are dwelling on the fact that one or two people did not want to buy your product or work with you or hire you or whatever, or you're not getting the job or the career or whatever it is that you're concerned about. Rather than the thousands and hundreds of thousands and millions of people out there who would love to work with you and do things with you. So the first is the matter of perspective. I've had a very similar experience when it came to working with brands. I work with a lot of corporate brands. Some of them big banks, some of them international, multinational companies. Some of them are online retailers, whatever. And I do brand ambassador stuff with them. I do a lot of social stuff with them from a small business perspective. Again, there are those who say no to you. It's supposed to be hard. And when somebody says yes, you have a sense of appreciation for going through the process. Let me tell you something very simple. When you're climbing a mountain, guys, when you're doing push-ups, when you're supposed to do 15, after you've done 15 push-ups and you know you can only do 10 at the time, you've done 15. What happens is not the fact that you reached the top, is the fact that you went through the journey, right? The fact that you've gone through the journey, right? Before me took a break until now. I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're back, Magnificent. And so the thing I want to make very clear to you is a very simple principle. That it's supposed to be difficult. Take a look at nature. Giving birth to a child is difficult. That's nature. That's life. You deal with it. Look at the way things are, not the way you wish they were. And so it is hard, but yet the 9 months of going through that pain to have a beautiful child is what you go through in order to have that child. When you go through writing that book for it to become a bestseller, writing the book is the hardest process. Anybody you've ever spoken to who's written a book will tell you that it's hard as hell. It sucks. But once you're done with it and you've seen it come to fruition, you realize the journey was part of that process. When you're running a marathon, the 26 miles you're running suck. The last 0.2 miles is what matters most to you. And you're happy about that last 0.2 because it's almost over. When you're done running, you look back and say, I ran 26.2 miles. Holy cow. You see what I'm saying? It's like hiking a trail to Machu Picchu or being bussed in. Exactly. I love that. That's a great analogy. So Machu Picchu, you can hike it. When you look back, you're gonna say, shit, I actually hiked Machu Picchu rather than getting on a bus or being picked up by a helicopter put on top of a mountaintop. You appreciate the journey more. So for people who get things easily and early, people who get things easily without working, without sweating, without bleeding, without tears, they don't appreciate it. So when you see a guy who plays professional basketball or hockey or football and they throw it away, it's because they didn't appreciate it. They didn't have to grind to go through that. They didn't know what it felt like to sweat and to go through the muck and all the nonsense in order to get to that level. They're not going to piss that opportunity away. So there are two things. There are two things that happen when you hit a situation that's difficult and you're in the middle of it and you're upset about it. The first thing you think of, you ask yourself, why me? And the other thing is, there's two ways to look at it. One is you complain, you cry, you whine, you gripe, you say, why me? Why can't I be like others? And the other side of it is you think about, you become inspired. So let me tell you why I'm saying this to you right now. I become inspired, y'all. Right now, I become inspired now. First time you look at something saying, why do I got to go through this? Why does that have to be hard? And then I remember all the other struggles I've had in the past. My story, I've only told you bits and pieces of my story. All the struggles I've had in the past. I look back at that and say, I've been through worse. I've been through a lot worse in life. Whatever it is I'm trying to fight through right now, it doesn't mean anything. You hear what I'm saying to you? So let me ask you a simple question. How committed are you to your dreams and your goals? Put a 1 in the chat box if the answer is yes. How committed are you to your dreams and goals? Are you very committed? If you're very committed, put a 1. Obstacles are required. They make you stronger. Exactly, Jamil J. Dave, I appreciate that. Begin now. I love it. Candy girl, you are my world. Look so sweet. Such a special treat. Candy girl, all I want to say, I need your love each and every day. My girl's like candy, a candy treat. She knocks me up my feet. Oh yeah, that's another one, Dave. Sorry, I went into that. I got the ADD bug, and I started thinking about New Edition, and I was so for real. Candy Rain. I saw Sade in here. Thank you so much for being in here, Sade. Dude, good to see you. Brand specialist. She's doing phenomenal stuff. She's amazing. Look, yeah, the song had me. So the first thing you do is, there's some people, everybody goes through difficulty. Let's be clear. You're not the only person who's suffering. You're not the only person who's got a setback. You're not the only person who's been laid off. I've been laid off my job before. I was in a better place getting fired than I was when I was working 60, 70 hours, making a lot of money. You understand what I'm saying to you? So what I needed to understand at that point in time, instead of me saying, why me? I say, why not me? I needed to figure out exactly what I was supposed to be doing. I had to press towards, I had to push, I had to fight. Why? Because the alternative was, what is the other choice? I had to ask myself, what is the other choice? So I'm going to leave with you guys with 2 principles that you can use. If you are stuck, I'm going to show you exactly how to get unstuck. What I did for me, and what I continue to do for me, when I am struggling, when I'm stuck in something, when I know that I can get through something, I know I have what it takes to grind and get through that. Let me be very clear with you. You have exactly what you need. So here are 2 simple principles that you can use to get to that next level. And you can no longer stay where you are, right? Because you were born to be something more than where you are right now. There are so many people who are stuck, but have tremendous amounts of wisdom, tremendous amounts of talent, tremendous amount of knowledge, and they're not using it, and they're wasting their time. You don't have time. Time will run out for you soon enough. There are people here who are not here today, who were here last night, who were here yesterday, and they passed away. And they wish that if you were to ask them before they died, they would have wished they had more time to do X, Y, and Z. I never want to be able to say that to anybody, y'all. When my time comes, I want to be okay with it. I want to be able to go. I want everything to be gone, everything out of me that I can give out, so I'm done. I will no longer waste time. I value time more than I value anything else on this planet, more than money. Because with time, I can make money. But with money, I can't get time. Right? So, 2 simple principles I'm going to leave you all with. Yes, I Am Cheap is in the house. Sandy, she helps you get your financial life together. Follow her stuff as well. She's great late night scopes about debt and all that stuff, and how she paid off her debts, like up to $50,000 in debt in about 18 months. She's killing it in the game. So follow her stuff too. Look, let's be clear. I'm gonna leave you guys with 2 principles you can do. The first thing I want you to do, well, no, this is kind of signing up, but not really yet. So the first thing I want to leave you with 2 principles you can do if you are stuck in a situation. The first is, you need to find somebody who is doing what you want to do, because chances are they are further along in the process than you are. I cannot make this clear enough to you, the importance of modeling your experience, modeling what you want, modeling your joy after what other people are doing who are successful, not people who are talking about it. There are a lot of people who are talking about things and they have not accomplished. I want to make it clear to you, every single thing that I've done in my life, I can document and show you. A lot of my stuff's been public. A lot of my life's been public. I've written books before in the past. You can find out I played professional basketball. I'm not talking out of my ass. You can come find me online and other places. So let's be clear. Everything I share with you, I have done. I have accomplished, and I've also tell you my failures. I want to be very, very authentic with you. I will tell you the things that I failed at and why it sucks and why you should avoid the mistakes I've made. So the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure you find a person or a couple people. You don't even have to know them. Their stuff's online. You can go find them, read their books, take their programs, watch their free YouTube videos, go on their Periscopes, whatever it is. Find out what they're, ask them a question. They will answer you. I've sent emails to Seth Godin. He's responded to me. I know Gary Vaynerchuk. He responds to me. Why? Because I reached out and asked questions and had a chance to meet him. So ask questions. Like Dave said, you want to find people who are doing what you want to do and ask and model yourself after them. Plain and simple. Don't ask them for things, but try to give them value, and then after that, you can ask them the questions you want. The second thing, which is the most important thing that everybody drops the ball on, and every single person you know in your life that is killing it, every single person whose Periscopes you watch who are killing it, every single person whose books you've read, whose videos you've watched, whose programs you've taken, the reason they're killing it is they're taking massive action. There are a lot of people that I've met in my life who are reading books and reading things and taking programs and have not done a damn thing. They're doing shit. They're just talking about it, right? They're talking about things that they've read. They're talking about things that they've learned, but they've never implemented it in themselves, in their own business. If you are stuck after you've found somebody to model yourself after, the second thing you have to do is you have to do the work. See, Sandy is a bomb. Action changes your life. And I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. I was just told that yesterday. Oh, that's awesome, Candy Girl. Motivation changes your mindset. The action is what changes your life. Exactly. Motivation is a spark. I've told people this before in the speeches, right? Motivation is a spark. Just think of motivation as a firecracker. Think of motivation as fireworks, right? It explodes. You see it. It looks pretty. Everybody's excited. They're jumping up and down. But then it goes away 10 seconds later, 5 seconds later, 3 seconds later, right? Your ability to sustain things over a great long time. Don't talk about it, be about it. Exactly. R. Kelly. There's a remix to Ignition, gotten fresh out the kitchen. You see what I'm saying? And so the main thing I want to leave with you is very simple. The last piece. The first thing is motivation. Motivation is explosion. It gets you excited. Inspiration what gets you up in the morning. When you wake up in the morning, you don't feel like getting out of bed. When you wake up in the morning, you want to tell everybody to go F themselves. Wake up in the morning, you think everything is bullshit. When you're tired of doing things, you're tired of working, you're tired of grinding. Inspiration is what gets you going. It's a matter of inspiration. Your success is a matter of inspiration. I've always had things to inspire me, to push me through the times when I've struggled. When I'm writing a 65,000 word manuscript in 3 months, my inspiration was I'd spent 2-3 years before that grinding for that opportunity. So I was not going to let it get away from me because I wanted to be lazy, right? When I wanted to play professional basketball while people were working, tell me go get a job, go interview, whatever. I became a janitor to clean office buildings. So at night I can make phone calls for 3 to 4 hours to call hundreds of people for the opportunities that one day someone would say, hey, Bon, we want to pay you money to play basketball. So you see, I have no sympathy for people who aren't willing to do the work. I grind my whole fucking life, y'all. I grind my whole fucking life. I have no sympathy for people who don't want to do the work. None at all. And so one thing I will leave you with, if you don't get anything else from me, the words I use, the things I say, you don't like it, you don't get anything else from me. One thing I want to leave with you is you find someone to model yourself after. Secondly, do the damn work. If you have done the work, I will do everything I can to help you. But I guarantee you that a lot of people who are stuck haven't done shit yet. They're just sitting around talking. And again, I call myself out. Let's just be real clear with y'all. I call myself out. When I'm not just saying this to say this to you. If I say something to myself, if I say something to you, you better believe I've said it to myself. You better believe I've said it to myself. Because again, I'm not above anybody. I'm here just to share. Again, I told you earlier at the beginning of the scope. I'm telling you things that I've experienced in my life. That's all I can do, all I can talk about. I can only sell what I've done. I can't sell things I've read or things I've heard about. And so for me, all I'm doing is sharing with you the things that I've experienced in my life. And hopefully you can use me as a beacon to make your life a lot better. If I've done that, I can go empty. I can die empty. I'm happy. So with that being said, guys, I want to empower you today. Please, Wednesday, people are worried about hump day. People working for the weekend. You should be working for your life. Forget all that nonsense. Forget all the talk. Forget all the distractions. Focus on things that are going to bring you to a place where you can help the world and help other people. Plain and simple. There's so many people who are not doing that. You guys deserve this. Again, I apologize initially for the cursing, but again, sometimes I get passionate. Everything just comes out. It just comes out without a filter. I want to be very clear with y'all. I want you to succeed. I want to be able to look back and say, I met you when? I remember when I talked to you when you were this and before you started. I want to say, I met that guy before he took off. I want to be able to say that. And that's the reason why I share my message with you guys. It's the reason why I try to empower y'all. Thank you so much, Candy. That's my whole goal. It's hard to fake. It is hard to be a fake for most of your life. And people yet try to do it, and they always fall apart at the end. Thanks. Hey, sorry about that. Hey, whatever, man. This is me. It's harder because when I speak, I use my hands a lot. I'm like, da-da-da, ba-da-da, ba-da-da. When I speak, I use my hands a lot. But unfortunately, it's different when you're on the phone because everything's really small. All right, I love you guys, man. Be great. Be great today. Enjoy your life. Perfect your life. And just enjoy your life. You guys deserve everything.